Commander Zexthul's 4 eyes narrowed as he studied the holographic display floating above the command deck of his flagship. The blue-green marble of Earth hung suspended in the tactical projection, looking utterly peaceful and vulnerable. No orbital defense platforms, no energy shields, no visible fleet formations patrolling the system's perimeter. "This makes no sense," he clicked in the hegemony's common tongue, his mandibles clacking with frustration. "Intelligence reports indicate this world has been spacefaring for barely a century. Their technology is primitive. Their military forces are scattered across multiple competing factions. Yet no one has conquered them." His tactical officer, Sub-Commander Krill, shuffled nervously beside him. "Sir, perhaps we should reconsider this invasion. The data suggests..." "Suggests what?" Zexthul's voice carried the authority of someone who had personally witnessed the fall of 17 worlds. "That a species that still burns hydrocarbons for energy could pose a threat to the hegemony's finest assault fleet?" Krill's silence spoke volumes, but Zexthul was already committed. 3 months of hyperspace travel had brought his armada to this unremarkable system on the galaxy's outer rim. The humans had something the hegemony needed: a planet rich in rare Earth elements, and more importantly, vast quantities of liquid water. Intelligence suggested they wouldn't even put up meaningful resistance. "Sir," Communications Officer Tral interrupted, "we're receiving multiple transmissions from various human factions. They appear to be arguing with each other about who should respond to our presence." Zexthul almost laughed. Even facing an alien invasion, the humans couldn't unite. Typical primitive behavior. Begin the assault. Target their major population centers first. The first wave of hegemony fighters screamed through Earth's atmosphere, their plasma cannons charging for what should have been a routine pacification run. Zexthul watched from his command ship as the sleek vessels approached the continent they called North America. Then something impossible happened. The lead fighter simply vanished. Not destroyed. There was no explosion, no debris field. One moment it was there, the next it wasn't. Then another disappeared. And another. "What's happening down there?" Zexthul demanded. Tral's webbed fingers danced across his console, his usual composure cracking. "Sir, I'm reading massive electromagnetic interference. Something is disrupting our fighters' navigation systems. And there are structures emerging from the planet's surface." The tactical display updated, and Zexthul felt his blood run cold. Across Earth's continents, enormous installations were rising from what had appeared to be empty terrain. Massive rail guns, their barrels easily 5 kilometers long, were tracking his fleet with mechanical precision. Energy signatures unlike anything in hegemony databases were powering up across the planet's surface. "Underground facilities," Krill whispered, studying the readouts. "They've been hiding their entire military infrastructure below ground. Sir, those weapon signatures, they're not primitive at all." A new voice cut through the bridge's communication system, calm, measured, and speaking perfect hegemony standard. "Unknown vessels, this is Admiral Sarah Chen of Earth's Unified Defense Command. You have entered our space with hostile intent and attacked our civilian monitoring stations. You have 30 seconds to withdraw, or we will demonstrate why our world has remained unconquered." Zexthul's mandibles clicked in disbelief. "Impossible. Our intelligence clearly showed." "Your intelligence showed exactly what we wanted it to show," Admiral Chen's voice continued. 30 years ago, we encountered the wreckage of a Krillian scout ship in our outer system. We learned many things from that encounter, including the fact that we live in a galaxy where showing strength invites conquest, but showing weakness invites more careful observation. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a human female in a crisp military uniform. Behind her, Zexthul could see a command center that put hegemony facilities to shame. Holographic displays showing real-time tactical data, officers from various human ethnic groups working in perfect coordination. "You see, Commander, And yes, we know who you are, Zexthul of the 73rd Hegemony Assault Fleet. We've been watching you watch us. Every intelligence probe, every long-range scan, every merchant vessel that happened to drift through our system. We let you see old nuclear weapons, primitive chemical rockets, and our wonderfully theatrical political divisions. Zexthul watched in growing horror as more installations revealed themselves across Earth's surface. Not just weapons, but massive industrial complexes, space elevators hidden within what had appeared to be mountain ranges, and most terrifying of all, launch bays containing vessels that matched no known design in hegemony databases. What you didn't see, Admiral Chen continued, were the quantum entanglement communication networks we established with 17 other star systems. You didn't see the gravitational manipulation technology we reverse-engineered and improved upon. You didn't see our real space fleet, currently positioned behind your formation, having used gravity well displacement to mask their approach. Zexthul spun toward his sensor operator, who was frantically recalibrating his equipment. Confirm location of, Sir, multiple contacts decloaking. They're everywhere. The tactical display exploded with new signatures. Sleek human vessels, their hulls incorporating design elements that suggested they'd encountered and defeated ships from at least a dozen different species, surrounded the hegemony fleet in a perfect three-dimensional formation. The Krillians, the Vorthan Empire, the Crystalline Collective, Admiral Chen listed conversationally, all species whose ships now rest in our research facilities. All species who made the same assumption you did, that a young, divided world would be easy prey. Zexthul's throat sacs contracted. The Krillians had been hegemony allies. Their disappearance 3 decades ago had been attributed to unknown spatial phenomena. Here's what actually happened, Admiral Chen said, her voice taking on an almost educational tone. Each species that attacked us taught us something new. The Krillians gave us faster-than-light communication and stealth technology. The Vorthans provided insights into energy manipulation and shield harmonics. The Crystallines, well, let's just say our understanding of dimensional physics has expanded considerably. She paused, allowing the implications to sink in. We realized something important, Commander. In this galaxy, reputation matters. If word got out that Earth was a fortress world capable of defeating multiple alien invasions, we'd face constant challenges from species trying to prove their superiority. But if Earth appeared helpless and divided, she smiled, an expression that didn't reach her eyes. Well, then we'd only have to deal with opportunistic predators, much more manageable. Zexthul found his voice. What? What do you want? What we've always wanted, Commander. To be left alone to develop in peace. Your fleet will return to hegemony space with a very specific story. That Earth's defenses proved surprisingly robust and that conquest would require a much larger force than previously estimated. You'll recommend that the hegemony seek easier targets? The human admiral's expression hardened. Because if you don't, if the hegemony decides to escalate this conflict, you'll learn why Earth isn't just defenseless. It's a trap that's been waiting 30 years for someone foolish enough to spring it. Zexthul looked at his tactical displays one more time, counting the impossible number of human ships that had somehow positioned themselves perfectly for a devastating crossfire. Ships that shouldn't exist, wielding technology that defied explanation. Understood, he said quietly. Fleet, prepare for withdrawal. As the hegemony vessels began their retreat, Zexthul wondered how many other primitive worlds in the galaxy were hiding similar secrets. How many apparent victims were actually apex predators waiting patiently for their next lesson to arrive. Earth continued its slow rotation below, looking as peaceful and defenseless as ever. It was a masterpiece of deception.